Hey guys, this is Poet Spice Jamie Little Tallulah, Poet Spice Biblioscribe, depending on where you're watching this. And I'm here to do a flip through of my December daily, which actually started on November 1st and ended January 1st. So first, let's go with Happy New Year! And we hope that 2021 is a better year for everyone and that everyone is safer and does what they need to do, pray for others, help others, and so forth. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into this because this is the second time I've done this video and it was taking too long. So I said, let me start over and try to go faster. Forgive my hands. I was working with stuff and now I've got ink on it and I can't get it off. So here we go. Like I said, I started my December daily on November 1st. Normally, I do not use Ali Edwards products. I do not do, what is that stuff what is that thing called? You know what it is with the cards and everything where you just shove them in there. I don't usually do that. HSN had this on sale though, so I decided I was going to go buy it, see what it was all about and so forth. So I ended up using the binder and some of the pages and everything, but it's not like your typical way that she does it. So I kept the cover, and then on the inside I lined it with Anna Griffin paper because you guys know I bought that. And so I used that throughout the book. So when you see this kind of florally muted vintage look, that's the Anna Griffin paper. And then I had some authentic pieces, and usually I'm just going to say I am not a matchy person, so some people just go through and everything matches. It's the same collection. I don't do that. I do whatever I like at the day and what goes, and I try to keep it in the same color family, so to speak, so nothing is like glaringly wrong, or I don't want to say wrong but out of place, but I don't really worry about that too much. Okay, so I started in November, and here you can see I did use the Ali Edwards pocket, and I used one of the pages to create a November calendar. And then at the beginning of that you can see where it has an image that I colored up, and it has this November and this little piece of paper, and these are both dies from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Y'all know I flipped out this year over that stuff. So on the 1st we had our first snow, which is why I went ahead and decided to start on the 1st of November, and then it was also early voting, so we did that. I used this Prima Spice Pumpkin, and you can see that here. It was also National Novel Writing Month, so this is what I was using as my cover. Now, not officially because that's somebody else's image, but you know what I'm saying. It was just like my inspiration cover. And then I did some journaling here. My Nano was terrible. I got like 3,000 words and that was it. And I was on a roll for writing, but I think Nano this year destroyed it when it usually helps. So this is another page. I do a lot of journaling, so I don't have a lot of events. Sorry about that. I don't have a lot of events to go to in general, and we don't have kids, so we don't do all that crap. But I do have a lot of journaling, so you can do that, art, or whatever in your book. So this is an Elizabeth Craft die set, and I journaled on that one. Same thing here, and I love their whole reinforcers. So that's so fabulous. Some of the sets have them in it, and then they have 2 new sets that are just reinforcers. So this was the center of a tag, and then you can see at the top here, it's so hard to do these videos since this is so big. This part up here, these are some of the Ali Edwards pieces. So then this again is Elizabeth Crafts, one of their tags, and I just cut it over the edge so I could have a booklet. And then on the inside is journaling, as well as pictures of dies and stuff that I purchased, because you know that's what I do. I found my all-time favorite historical romance novel in my stash, so which was Savage Surrender back in the day. So I took a picture of that and put it in here, and I plan on reading it again. This is a little piece from Elizabeth Crafts, and then Mr. Man and Baby Boy. So it's so funny because Baby Boy when he was little, now. I loved that pumpkin spice from Prima, so I loved this. I don't know, these blue pumpkins, I'm feeling it. And then more journaling. So I had a tag for NaNoWriMo. This was the NaNoWriMo sticker from last year, and I had one sitting around, so I put it in there. And then I had gotten this stamp set from Picket Fence from the Not Too Shabby shop, so I colored it up and put it in there. Another Elizabeth Craft. These are pages. Some of the pages, as well as this little snowman. Now, another set of dies that I went gaga over, particularly since I had this binder system, was Nicole's Silhouettes die. So this is one of her planner die pages. And so I took some extra paper, and then this is the Elizabeth Craft notebook pieces. So I did that and made a little booklet to do journaling. And then I took this piece, and it had a layer for this, and I just cut that layer out and folded it in half so that my pocket would be the same as a layer for that. I love that. And then just on the back, see, this is something else you can do too if you have like one of these journals, and it just doesn't have to be for December daily. But this was a paper from this set from Anna Griffin, and I just liked the scene, and it was perfect the way the little filigree worked, and I could set it there. So I was like, that's just my page for today. I like that. Over here, I was asked to do projects by Queen A Crafts, so I put the card in there, and then I put a picture of the projects that I had made. It's just some leftover pieces, so there's that. And then the page itself is an Elizabeth Crafts design, and then on the back, some more pictures of my big boy and images that I had colored for Thanksgiving. And there's a Christmas one there. Here's another page of journaling. And here's another one. Like I said, I do a bunch of journaling, but like if I have stamps or dies, so I wanted to color this up. And I didn't want to do a whole big, long, detailed thing. So I just used some paper that was already this color. And then I just did some quick coloring on top and put it on there. So that was that. Here was Elizabeth Craft page again. So it's got these little pieces here, and it has stamp die that goes with it. This was a piece that I had in my stash from Crafter's Companion. This is that Tim Holtz die where it has slots in it. So I just made cards to put in the slot and do my journaling. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the back, I got this die, and it is Thanksgiving. So I just put blessings. And then I put this cross on here because I wanted to see what that looked like. Over here again, we have some dies from Elizabeth Crafts. We have that pumpkin spice. And then COVID and doing hybrid teaching was driving me nuts. Trying to keep up with all of that was crazy. So I had that down there as my journaling piece. And then on the inside, on this page, this is an Elizabeth Crafts pocket die, and so I made the pocket to be a little flap here. This is a ATC that I had made earlier in the year, and then so I just had tags to do journaling on. This one is an Elizabeth Crafts page, the recipe page, and then I had Happy Thanksgiving from Karen Burniston. That's a Karen Burniston die set. And I was making cheesecakes, so I took a picture of that and I put it here. And I should actually put the recipe in there, but I did not. On the back, I just used some of the other items, and then I had these from Nicole Silhouette as well, some of her dies. There's some more journaling pieces there, and sometimes I just layer up things that I have on my desk. I got another die from Elizabeth Crafts. It's this, you can see it better here. It's this window die set, and it has all these little words in it. So I did some journaling with that. This is a tattered lace die that I colored up, and I had some Gorgeous Girl things left in my stash, so I just put those together. And then I put another iteration of the cover of my book. I had this little piece of washi, so I went ahead and did that. On November 30th, we had more snow, so we had it on the 1st and the 30th. We didn't have much snow this year so far. And so I just did some of those pages and took pictures and put them in my book. Here was the Allie Edwards. She had some stickers and some of these little buttons and these little words, and I just put that on this side. And then I had this, is actually from a card set from, I want to say Kanban, and I just loved it. So I just had this little piece sitting on my desk, and I'm like, I'm gonna stick it in there. This is a piece of paper from the UK. I can't remember what company. I want to say Kanban, and I wanted to separate November from December, so I did red, and that's what this is. I made a tag and I didn't use it, so there you go. Here you can see where that Allie Edwards stuff comes back in. I used this December, all these little pieces here are from there except for the washi tape. And this background December. You can see here was a sticker that was sitting on my desk, and you'll see these show up because I was like, I only have a few left. Let's use them up. There's the back of that page. Here was a tonic die that I had gotten in, and we did have a snow day on December 1st. I was like, yes. So I put this big old fabulous snowflake, and then I was so mad because I couldn't find this die that went in the center because I had lost it, but it was on my desk. Then this here is one of the ECD strips that you can make any page into a planner page that'll fit in here. So I just glued this to there, and then I put a journaling spot on the back, and then this page I liked just because it looked good behind there, so I just did that. I didn't have much to say or do on this day, so all I did was just play with some scraps that I had left over and some dies that were sitting around. And I love the color scheme. Oh, I love it. And then here I did some journaling. These little pieces with these little notebook things are from Elizabeth Crafts. So is this tag. And I just did journaling there, layered it up. Then I was at work one day and I got this card and these two pieces from somebody I had worked with previously, and it just made my day because I was not having a good day that day. I was just kind of like, "Urgh." And so I was cracking up with that card. So I was like, yes, that made my day. This is another Elizabeth Craft, excuse me, die here to make this page. And then these two are Crafter's Companions. Once again, I didn't really have much to say, but I did want to play with those dies. So I did a little journaling on the back. And then here, I had these two things sitting on my desk and this. This is an embroidered piece from Little Snippets. And every now and then she sends me some of these and I absolutely love them and hoard them. So I was like, oh, I can put this in my December daily so I can still keep it. Haha. All right, this is Anna Griffin. So, oops, my camera. I keep knocking this camera over. I'm so sorry. There we go. I'm trying to go quickly. So then this is from Anna Griffin. So this Christmas, instead of gifts, I'm giving my opinions. And then the little dresses that they had for her. And this is a card layer for the back. And then I did some journaling on there. Here, one of the Allie Edwards pages comes into play. And I did use some of those little cards. What do you call these cards? Oh my gosh. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So I had made some red and white chili that day and put that in there. And then did some journaling on it. You could see these little poinsettias. I was like, I'm going to get rid of these. I only have a few left. Here, I got some more stamps and dies. And so I got some from Divinity Designs and some Stamps of Life and so forth. So I was like, there you go. Another journaling page. This page shape is another one of Nicole's silhouettes, and I loved it because she had the layers. So she did a few that didn't have layers, and then she's had layers ever since, and I just love the layers. This is another one of those big old stamps that I have from Crafter's Companion that I love to bring out in color. And so I had colored up 3 and I just had 3 more left. So I just put it on here because I wanted to. I went and did some pictures of cards that I had made so I could have them because I sent them out. And then here again, you can see where I used those Allie Edwards pages. And I took some pictures along the way. And these were the back of the pages, and then sort of journaling the next day. I colored this up. I love these little glitter pages. I've had these forever, which is like so funny. And then I used some of the Allie Edwards paper in a pocket. And then we have some Christmas cards. So I got this one from Sharing More. So thank you. She's sharing more here on YouTube. And then this one is from Miss Martini Girl. So if I remember, I'll try to put their links there. This was from my aunt. I'll just put those in there. So thank you, ladies, for the cards. And then this page has another pocket from Elizabeth Crafts. And then I showed you guys this one. This one was a card I had started with this glitter paper, and it's one of the double-sided dies from Crafter's Companion, and then I never finished it. So I was like, I'm just going to cut it and put it in here and put my journaling on the back. All right, so this page was another one of those Elizabeth Craft pocket dies, and then I made a tag to go in it. And then I can't remember which set of dies these poinsettias come from, but this is from the Reindeer Folded by Stamps of Life. I couldn't think of that for a minute. Okay, so then let me see. There's parts of this. I'll just have to hold it like this. So then on this one, I love this green paper. I wish I had some more, but I used it all. So I did an Anna Griffin die cut at the top and the bottom out of glitter foam. There's my journaling, and I had made this tag for a collab, and I put that there. And then here, I used that again, and this is Elizabeth Crafts 3 photos pieces. I had a leftover Gorgeous Girl that just fit in here. Same thing with this. And then I have some other journaling on the back of here. Somebody just pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? So I wrote it all down, but I didn't want it to be like seen and visible, so I just put it on the back so I could just like, look at my lovely page. Yeah, it's funny how people get online and they think they can just say anything they want to you. And, yeah. Because, you know, you can be real, I'm all big and bad behind the keyboard, but yeah, people get on my nerves like that. So I'm like, whatever. Seriously, get over it. So these are some Elizabeth Craft dies that I put together with this pearlescent paper. And then the background is the Anna Griffin. And then they have this sleigh rides, 25 cents. And then there's a thing here. And then they have this Christmas tree, and they have the numbers. You can see another Gorgeous Girl popped up. And I liked, all this was green, but I liked this because it just gave that extra pop. And then my journaling's right there. I'm trying to go faster. And then here is the Christmas stuff from this year. So I made it tiny and on this fold page, but you know, there's people who don't necessarily want to be seen on camera. Christmas Eve, these are Elizabeth Craft dies. Same thing here. We were watching Christmas movies. So we watched Last Holiday. I had our tree all up and lit. We had to use a small one because, you know, Cheeto. And then he still knocked it over. I'm like, ugh. And then we were watching the new Grinch. I also watched the Jim Carrey one a little while ago. And then some more journaling there. And then here is Elizabeth Craft. This was for Christmas. So Elizabeth Crafts, this is Elizabeth Crafts, this pocket die, and then they had tags. So our Christmas was just me, Mr. Man, and the babies. So there's one of them. There's Walinda. See, she doesn't come out as often. I mean, she comes out, but she doesn't stay around to get her picture taken very often. So I have way more pictures of Cheeto than I do of Walinda, because she's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing that right now, Mommy. So there's that. So our Christmas morning was, well, it wasn't even morning, it was like afternoon. It was basically me and him. I had already had my presents, and so he gave me his the present he got me, and then with breakfast, and then I had taken all his stuff and wrapped it up and put it in boxes, and well, I put it in bags, because we got gift cards and stuff like that. So I wanted him to have stuff to open, so I did that and then put it around our little tree. So he had things to open, and I was like, okay, there you go. So then we took pictures of the children playing with their toys. This is an Elizabeth Crafts page. I don't really like the way this page came out, because it's kind of hard to pull this from the center. It should be over here, but I didn't design the page. Now, when I do this again, so this was the first one I made. When I do this again, I will put it so that it goes on this side. So you can see the babies, and he's sitting on the baby, one of the babies that they got, and then sitting there messing with Mr. Man's foot. Ah, it's so funny. All right, so here, I talk about this very often, but I love Star Trek. I do watch Star Wars stuff too, but I love Star Trek. So, I wanted to see Picard because, hello, Patrick Stewart, hot man, and even old, he's hot. Well, now he's not as hot because he's getting older, like much older, but he's still hot. And then Star Trek Discovery. I thought, I had not heard anybody talk about this show at all. So I was like, I'm not going to watch that because that looks stupid. Oh my gosh, I loved it. So I was like, oh, ooh. I got the 99-cent trial for the CBS All Access so I could watch all of it. I loved it. Loved it. I'm like, first episode. What? I'm like, how come nobody's talking about this? So I had to take a picture and put that there. And I haven't watched Picard yet, but I did put a picture there. Here's our little Christmas table. I got some new journals for the coming year, so I put that on there. Then we have journaling again here. Journaling again here. And then this is one that I had made a couple years ago, because I love these little elves. They're these snarky little elves. So on strike until December 26th. So I found that when I was cleaning up my crafter and put it in there. Then we're almost done, people. We are almost done. This one is one of the newer Nicole dies. Oh my gosh. See, I have to take this out for you to see. I have to take it out. So clearly it's in the shape of a door. Duh. But all the layers that she put in this mug, it's fabulous. So you've got the page itself, then you've got a layer for that. Then you have this piece here that has like this flat fold. So you have that. Then you have a layer for on top of that. Then there's a layer for that. Then there's a layer for this. And then there's also a detailed layer for the insides of these and insides of these. Then she gives you these locks and lock and key thing on here. I'm like, what? So I had to play with this whole thing, and then I opened it, and then there wasn't a layer for this, so I had to cut this layer down. So I cut this one again and cut it down so you could put it on the inside like that, so you wouldn't see these flaps, like the glue flaps right there. But, and then obviously you can use this outside for the inside. I was like, oh my god. And then that's just this was just another day because there's the back piece. And then I put in some more of the Anna Griffin Christmas piece. Being good, for goodness sake, was not enough motivation. And then, of course, me being the ironic smart butt that I can be sometimes, I had to go and put that next to the angel. So this is actually the Anna Griffin. So this whole card, this is the Anna Griffin card base for this angel. And so instead of using it as a card, I used it as a page in my journal. So there you go. Then there we go with the Christmas tree again. You can see him eyeballing it. So he's eyeballing the tree. And it took him a couple days, but then you can see he's up in the tree. I'm like, big boy, you are as big as the tree. Get out of it. Then we had New Year's. There's my little girl. And this was one of those houses from, this is actually the haunted house from Diamond Press. But I put it in here because I wanted to. And then I have my Christmas and card list here. I didn't get that all set out. And then the last thing is I have this last envelope here with the cards that I've gotten from these people. So this one, ooh, I want to say that one because I want to show you what is in it. So this one, isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. I used to cross stitch, but that was so long ago. And so this one is from Debbie Vignola. And then this one is from Donna. So these two cards, and then look at this one. So it's got embossing, and then this little piece here, the nativity on it, and it's from Little Snippets. And remember earlier I said, yes I did. See, she's got the little cats. See what she sent? She sent some of her embroidery pieces, and I always love them. I'm like, ah. So I hoard them. And then that is the end of my 2020 December daily. So thank you guys for watching. I want to thank the ladies who sent me Christmas cards. I appreciate that so much. It's so fun to get them. And I shall see you guys later for the next video. Happy New Year and be safe.